Yes, everyone, you know what time it is. It's your boys Jack and Dave here, providing you guys that Twitter reacts after a nice squeaky win towards the end there. We squeaked by, was able to finally get the 3 points. It didn't look like it was going to happen, but we were able to get it done, and Spurs can now be able to bask in a nice little Twitter reacts, which is what we always want to be doing. We always enjoy a bit of Twitter reacts now, don't we? But Dave, any words before we dive into the Twitter sphere and the Twitter media to see how people have reacted to what was maybe not the most convincing of performances, but very needed 3 points?
Look, very needed 3 points, and at the end of the day, all that matters is that you win, and even more so when you don't play your best. So there's 3 points in the bag. Keep the pressure on people on top. Two home games coming up. Let's capitalise on them and let's see where it takes us. I'm excited for this one, Jack. Because there is some shithousery moments throughout. So let's get into it and let's see what the Spurs fans have had to say on this. And this is where they're at the best when we win. So let's go. I'm excited.
I think this one is from Halls Agambar. Big up to Holly Agambar, and she's up pointing out just the magical Sar, and I love that he dove into the crowd actually, and is one of those guys that wants to get a nice embrace from the fans there. And I am so jealous of any fan that gets to hug our star boy, gets to be a part of that embrace. So very lucky individuals they are for sure. Cody Mack with Brennan Johnson. Dave, I mean, you enjoy like his bit of humor, Brennan Johnson, don't you?
No, I do. I don't enjoy some of his performances. He stands up. He's got a couple of goals now. But what I do enjoy is these celebrations and the memory that he seems to have, Jack. All right, as in the next picture here, sort of shows.
Yeah, they never learn, says THFC Matthew. And Brennan Johnson seems to keep having to remind them, I guess, THFC Matthew at this moment. He keeps reminding them, especially thought somebody was going to be able to take something out on that Joao Pedro because he really seemed to have it out for us, Joao Pedro. So I'm glad that somebody got the final laugh. And then Stefan, just looking at this Egal meltdown here, calling out various Spurs creators about maybe Spurs dropping more points, and then he didn't end up waiting until the very end of the game here, Dave, as you can see, because Tottenham actually won it at the end, and he said that we were lucky to do so. So Egal is all over the place in the mud as per usual.
He just doesn't learn, that guy, does he? He just does not learn. He always goes too soon. Look, we'll have our moment with him. As soon as Arsenal come out of that title race, that's when we'll have our moment with him.
Yeah, definitely so. And then the Nigerian Spurs fan saying Brennan Johnson is slowly having a habit of scoring that type of goal. I mean, would you agree with that there? That it's kind of been his knack of recent to score these types of goals, these late minute winners, late minute tap ins.
And there was one earlier on in the season that was ruled out, I think, for offside as well. And he is correct. He is making a habit of it, and it's a good habit to get into. Don't get me wrong. Now he just needs to figure out how he goes from being an impact sub into the first 11. But look, it's a great habit to get into, especially turning the tide in games. Big up, Brendan Johnson. Delighted. Although not the best of performance, delighted he got me all 3 points.
And then the Spurs scout saying Romero was the man of the match, £100 million footballer right there. Absolutely. Wow. I think he was actually the man of the match. It's dawned on me towards the end of the game, but the fact that they did sort of keep Brighton out, and for the most part, with the type of style of play that we do have, like it's very risky. You can concede a lot of chances, but they kept them pretty quiet. I feel like Romero and a couple other defenders in the team, especially I think Romero on a few occasions stood out when that he stepped out of the defense, won the ball back for us, high up the pitch. Also made an impact going forward. He picks out passes that other players don't, takes risks in some of the passes that he plays that other players don't really feel like taking, and it all is kind of in a good effort to get us the win. And I think Romero has had once again another brilliant performance. And this one probably would go a bit more unnoticed, but for me, actually, he kind of was my man of the match. As much as Sarr got us the winner, I actually put my man of the match candidacy towards Romero.
Let us know in the comments. Do you agree with Jacko?
Paulo Keefe saying good win in the end. Kulu unlucky to be sacrificed, but Ange and his subs are a bit wild. We move on. What would you say to Paulo Keefe?
No, I think the Sun substitution work. I think the Basuma substitution worked in terms of initial impact and stuff like that. Brennan Johnson one wasn't working up until he popped up with that tap in, which was absolutely brilliant. I found it strange he was taking off Kulu. I think Postecoglou, before Kulu played that ball to Papa Massar, probably already had his mind made up. However, I think once Kulu got that assist, maybe he probably should have changed it. But look, who am I? He's gone on and got the winner. So you'd argue he's probably ended up getting all three right in the end.
And then Ash says, "What's difficult, walking on wires between two buildings or watching Spurs for 90 minutes?" Never easy watching this Tottenham Hotspur side, and they always find a way to give you some type of unpredictable end or finish, right? Where it could be a late minute winner, late minute conceding equalizer in the case of Everton. It's just always heart and mouths kind of stuff with Spurs, especially towards the end of games. And that was the case under Conte as well. It's just never been easy, it feels like. And I'd like to have a 3-0 or a 4-0 win sometime soon because just I feel like Spurs fans are due a nice, convincing, easy sort of win because they have not been easy. They have not been easy. Even when we played well, they're still close games. Even when we played well, they're still close, heart-throbbing games.
Do you know what, Jack? I do think it's what keeps us coming back. It's sort of the fuel that feeds us, right? Because every game is so dramatic, that we're involved in. I do think it's what keeps us coming back for more. So I do agree watching Tottenham is harder for 90 minutes. However, the sort of the drama in it is what fuels me and keeps me going, I suppose.
Simon Nemain saying these boys love to win. I loved that celebration from Vicario and Romero there at the end. And Vicario looking like he's about to rip Romero's shirt clean off, like Mia probably would in a situation like that. But really great from Vicario and Romero showing that passion indeed.
I'm sure. I'm sure many ladies are jealous of Vicario there getting a grip of Romero like that. But what I love before it, Jack, is when you see the footage, they just lock eyes to each other from far distance. There's other people around, and they just like march towards each other. It's absolutely brilliant, and they embody the way fans would celebrate. That's the way me and you were in the stands against West Ham when we beat them when we were over there together. And that's what I love about it.
Yeah,
they celebrate the way a fan would. They enjoy it the way a fan would, and it means the same to them the way it does to a fan.
We keep adding to the list. THFC Matthews, Brennan Johnson is keeping that list. He's checking it twice, clearly. Anybody that tries to slight us at any stage. Holly Agambar saying, "Can Spurs please stop doing this to me? Pulled my hair out for 90 minutes, but all 3 points is ours. Mate, my health is in the mud." Not easy, Holly. Not easy. But I imagine that you have some coping mechanisms, knowing that you've been pretty much born into this as a Spurs fan, Holly. So I bet you've gotten... Maybe you haven't gotten used to it, but I bet you have better coping mechanisms than maybe the rest of us when it comes to the stress of going through a game. Simon Nemain saying Brighton should have had a couple of blue cards already. Some tactical fouls, would you say, Dave, in a lot of cases, and time wasting as well?
Yeah, I think the time wasting was my biggest one. I think they dropped 4 times in the first half and received attention for 2 minutes at a time. In the second half there, 89 minutes, just going into 90 minutes to make, the guy goes down, receives attention, takes a drink, then gets substituted off, which delayed it even longer. It was really frustrating. And let's be brutally honest, the referee doesn't need a blue card to get a hold of that. Pull out a yellow card at the first sign of it, and it'll make other players think twice, especially if they're already on yellows. Just get a grip of it. It's annoying.
Football Confidential, Vicario and Romero, pretty much every Spurs fan at the end of that game. I think Dave sort of thinks the same thing. Yeah, when how pretty much all the fans were, after the game. Exactly right. Simon Nemain saying, "My little brother," just diving into the crowd there. Pop Matasar. I'm very jealous of anybody, like I said earlier, that got to be able to give him that embrace. Big up to you, Simon. And
wash my hands.
The star boy indeed. The star boy indeed. Billy was saying was more nervous than Joao Pedro at Disneyland watching that shot today. That's a great class comment, making fun of Joao Pedro. Greg O'Sullivan says, "When was the last time we actually looked good?"
That's a fair point. It's been a long time. I'd argue since that Chelsea game, things have sort of spiraled downhill. But look, we're still in the mix, and Ange still has time to sort it out, and I back him to do it. So let's go.
Billy saying, "My word, we were mostly absolutely shite today, but who the F cares? One bit of Ange ball to win it. It's one little bit of Ange ball at the end can win it all in a moment." Cootie Romero says, "Important victory at home, plus 3 points every game with this spirit and until the end. Thank you for the incredible support from every game that the fans love Spurs. We are together."
You're welcome.
Great performance from Romero, I must say, and close to a man of the match performance, at least in my opinion. So well done to you, Cootie. And this is the way. Today. This is the way, like you.
the picture of him kicking the post absolutely epitomizes everything that Romero's about. It's brilliant.
Even this bit of with Vicario and Simon saying, me and my mom screaming coys to each other in the living room right now. Definitely right. Definitely right. Billy, a fat line of pure Ange ball. Definitely one final bit of Ange ball towards the end of the game there, Billy, and that gets what you need. Satisfies the hunger. Michael Hamilton
Brilliant.
saying, love his passion. Vicario, do you think he sprinted the length of the pitch? I didn't get to see.
No, I think this is where he went to sort of sprint towards, Brennan Johnson. Yeah, I think he went to sprint towards Brennan Johnson at one point. I think that's where it's from. But look, absolutely, maybe he did go all the way up the other end of the pitch. I didn't notice, but I just love the passion of the guy. You can see what winning means to him, and this isn't the first time we've seen him display this passion after games. We've never seen like Hugo Lloris or someone do stuff like this. I absolutely love it, and I love to see what it means to them.
And
Brilliant.
Billy saying, I was in the toilet for the goal, so I claim an assist. Come on, you Spurs. Simon, you made. Performance was meh today. You can see that difference between like 80% and 100% when you play Ange ball is huge. Everything has been on a knife's edge. Passes, pressing, final actions. It works if you are chasing your tail a bit. We'll get to 100%. Till then, I will take the result. Always like Simon's summaries at the end there. But Dave, any final words from yourself there? It feels like everybody's just sort of taking the 3 points, right? Move on, dust yourselves down, move on. Let's go on a run here. Wasn't the prettiest of performances, but 3 points nonetheless.
Look, that's it at the end of the day. My satisfaction comes in winning. I'd rather, win ugly than play pretty and not get a result at the end of the day. For me, we take the 3 points and we move on. And if I was Ange Postecoglou, I'd literally just sign out after this press conference and I'd be like, are you guys not entertained? We win. That's all that matters. We are winning games. We're doing a lot better than what we would last season. Yes, there's things that need to be ironed out and we have to take notice of that. But at the end of the day, winners are grinners, Jack.
Winners are grinners. Love that. Great way to end off there. Well, everybody, just a nice quick Twitter reacts post-win. Felt like we weren't even going to be doing one because it looked like it was going to end up in a draw. And we've done it straight away after the game here. So, maybe kind of not as juicy of bits as sometimes we get. But wanted to get it done straight away for you guys. So hopefully you appreciate that. Smash the like button for us. Come on, you Spurs. In the big Ange we trust. We never stop. We'll be seeing you.
Let's go.